Hello and welcome to Thursday's Zoom. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we all got together and did a collaborative Zoom, but we decided we would because just to be honest, Miss Brandy and Miss Crystal liked my slideshow that I put together because I don't. I was feeling it this week. I was feeling it this week. Oh, here comes Patience. I talked to her yesterday. So if you have it available, Alyssa, I know that you don't have your manuals yet. Any newer students that don't have your manuals, please don't fret because I'm going to give you a different way to look things up until you get your manual. So we're in this HCPCS manual. Those of you who have been with us for a little bit, we've gone through the ICD-10. This is nothing compared to the ICD-10. This is like a quick couple a day and you're ready to move on. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do the story of the HCPCS, chapter 9. So let me share my screen. And you guys may want to have a piece of paper to jot some things down. If not, don't worry. Oh, I can't even see anybody. Hang on a minute. Try that again. All right, guys. For some reason, it's not showing. It's not showing y'all's picture. So if you have a question, go ahead and speak up because I can't see you if you raise your hand. Okay, today is the story of the HCPCS, chapter 9. Once upon a time, there was an important manual called the HCPCS. Let's talk about some important info. Well, did you know HCPCS stands for Healthcare Common Procedure Coding System? CPT coding is only one of the two-part coding system called HCPCS, pronounced HCPCS. CMS developed the Healthcare Common Procedure Coding System in 1983. And the first digit in a national code is a letter such as A, B, C, D, E. And I'm not going to say the alphabet, but these are the only letters that are found in your HCPCS. It's going to be a letter followed by 4 numbers. A letter followed by 4 numbers. Now let's talk about levels. There are different levels for our HCPCS. What is HCPCS level 1? HCPCS includes 2 medical code sets, level 1 and level 2. Level 1 is our CPT coding books. Level 2 is the National Procedure Code Set for healthcare practitioners, providers, and medical equipment suppliers. It's our HCPCS manuals. So CPT is level 1. HCPCS is level 2. Now let's talk about modifiers. Now we haven't gotten into modifiers for the CPT yet. That's going to be next week and Miss Brandy will be hosting that. But a modifier is, it either can be 2 letters, a letter and a number, or 2 numbers. And what a modifier does is it gives the third-party payer more information about the codes. Now I'm going to stop share and talk to you about this. Okay, so for example, say that you have a broken finger and you have to have pins put in your finger. You get your ICD-10 codes, then you go look for your procedure codes. Now it's on the left hand. LT means left. So you would put the LT modifier on it because you want the insurance company to know that it's the left hand. Does that seem overwhelming to y'all? If it does, don't worry, because we're going to go through what modifiers are. And as we go through our coding, procedure coding, HCPCS coding, all of this coding, you're going to be taught where you need to put modifiers. So, but that's what a modifier is. So let me go back to our sharing our screen. Let me try something. Ah, there we go. I don't know how I made that work, but there you go. So HCPCS is going to be a letter with one number. So if you see a modifier that has a letter and one number, it's a HCPCS modifier. CPT modifiers are both numbers. All right, now we're going to do a little exercise. So what is HCPCS and what is CPT? If you see a 26 as a modifier, is it CPT or HCPCS?
That would be CPT.
Correct. If we see XE, HCPCS or CPT?
CPT.
XE would be HCPCS. Remember, HCPCS is letters. It can be, I didn't say that though, did I? It can be letters. That slide didn't say it. I'm so sorry, y'all. So 2 letters or a letter and a number can be HCPCS. All right, what's XS? HCPCS or CPT?
HCPCS.
Very good. What about 50?
CPT.
CPT.
22?
CPT.
Very good. All right, now we're going to talk about the alphabet of HCPCS. Remember when we were really reading the slide before? We were talking about all the letters that would be in your HCPCS. Now it went A, B, C, D, E, F. I'm not going through all the letters that are the categories of your HCPCS. I'm just going to go through a few. So let's talk about them. So A is medical and surgical supplies, and it also is ambulance. So A is medical supplies, surgical supplies, and ambulance. B is enteral and parenteral therapy. Parenteral therapies are medications, nutrients, vitamins, and other healing substances administered by injection into the body. The most common types of parenteral therapies are given intravenously, but some are administered into the muscle or under the skin. Now, I just put an example, B4103, enteral formula for pediatrics used to replace fluids and electrolytes. And then you can't see it, it's a little bit too far down, but that's got how many, like 500 milliliters. So if they had to give formula to a baby at the hospital, this is what they're going to use, B4103. Okay, next is going to be dental procedures is D. It's easy. D for dental. But this is what I want to ask you. If we're talking about Medicare Part D, what does the D stand for in Medicare?
Drugs.
Drugs, not dental, okay? So the D in your HCPCS is dental. E is durable medical equipment. You can remember E is equipment. So we're talking about your blood sugar machine, your blood pressure machine, your walker, your wheelchair, your crutches. That's all durable medical equipment. So E is equipment. Okay, the next one is orthotics. Orthotics is a medical specialty that focuses on the design and applications of orthoses. An orthosis, plural orthoses, is an externally applied device used to modify the structure and functional characteristics of neuromuscular and skeletal system. What can you think of right now that's very common that would be used in orthotics?
Like a cast?
A cast, very well done. A cast, a brace, a neck brace, a back brace.
They don't hear nothing else.
An ankle brace. And diagnostic radiology is R. So R for radiology. All right, are y'all ready to name that code? You're just going to tell me the code range, whether it be A, B, C, D, E, F. And I promise you, I'm not just asking you to do something we haven't covered. You're going to have seen these things before. So let's look. So this is dental. What category? What letter?
D.
D.
D for dental. Not to be confused with Medicare Part D, which is drugs. But yes, dental procedures are found in the D portion. Medical supplies.
A. A.
Very well done. A. An MRI.
L. L.
L.
That's R. R.
Yeah, it would be R for radiology.
Radiology.
Oh, R.
That's
Okay.
okay. Look, that's okay. All right, a wheelchair.
E.
E.
E for
D.
what?
Equipment.
DME.
Equipment.
Door medical equipment.
Durable medical equipment. If you run across the acronym DME, it stands for durable medical equipment. A neck brace.
L.
L.
L. Very good. And an ambulance.
A.
A.
A. Very well done. An A. All right. So now let's put some of what we've talked about and learned into practice. Those of you who do not have your manual, if you're not on your phone, I want you to take your phone and I want you to type in your little search bar, HCPCS.codes/search. Even if you have your HCPCS manual, you can do it this way. If you want to open up another search bar on your computer, you can do it that way. I'm just giving a few minutes for those of you using the website to, matter of fact, I'm going to just go to the website myself and kind of go through it a little bit.
This is the same one you put in Google Classroom Stream, right?
Yes, ma'am. It certainly is.
I just put it in the chat, Marcia. And for my class, I am going to put it on our stream as well.
Okay, there we go. So let me share again what this website looks like. So you guys, now listen, it's a free website, so you're going to have these pop-up advertisements. They drive me insane, but that's the way it's going to roll with it. Okay, so this is what your HCPCS site looks like. Now remember, you're more than welcome to use your manuals, and I encourage you to do so because when you take your NCCT exam, you're going to be using your manuals and not websites. But you can use this some too. So if you look here, it says HCPCS codes right at the very top, and you do the arrow down, and you go to code section and watch what happens. A codes, B codes, C codes, D codes. So they're all there for you. That's what that looks like.
Okay.
Then you have the HCPCS index. Let's see if we're looking for I don't know, let's just choose D. And you go down and you can look for whatever it is that you want. So dopamine, which is a drug, is right here. All right. And then the next thing is going to be, we're not going to do type of service. And let's look at modifiers. Here's a list of all the modifiers.
All righty.
Let's just take a couple of, a look at a couple.
Oh, yeah. That's one of them. Oh, my. And Miss Jacob just think it's us.
Penny, can you mute yourself,
She
please?
said they're talking to him and laughing. I think y'all gonna have.
There we go. So A1 is dressing for 1 wound. A2 is dressing for 2 wounds. So that's what modifiers are going to look like. A9, dressing for 9 wounds. Pretty easy, A1 through 9, right?
Mhm.
AA is going to be anesthesia services. Again, we will be doing more practice and more things with the modifiers, so you don't have to worry so much about it. But I did want to show you that in this website or on this website, you have everything you need. So I encourage you to get on and just take a look. Now let's go back to our exercise. So number 1 says enoxaparin sodium. Now, before we get into it too much, wait, am I not sharing? Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I am sharing. If you want to get into it with your HCPCS, if you look on page, let's see, I'm finding the first page, 46, you're going to have a table of drugs in your HCPCS. Do you guys remember in the ICD-10, we had a neoplasm table, we had a poison table, we had tables? Well, in your HCPCS, you're going to have a drug table. Enoxaparin sodium can be found in this drug table. Those of you using your phones, you can go ahead and type this in and search it in your phone or on your computer. So I am going to look up enoxaparin in my manual.
I'm kicking myself in the butt. I should have brought my book with me.
Well, okay, in my manual, I found it on page 64. Page 64.
You want the code?
Well, we can't really do the code because, well, I guess we can because it's only one code. So yeah, if you want to give us the code, give everybody just a minute, and then who has the code?
I do.
Okay, Latrice. Okay, in just a minute, Latrice is going to give us the code, and we're going to see if we agree. Do, 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 do. Doing a little Jeopardy song here. All right, Latrice, what code do you have?
I have J1650.
Okay, who agrees?
Agree.
Agree. For
Okay.
10 milligrams.
Yeah.
For 10
Injection.
milligrams. Yep. It doesn't really give us an exact, but we're right now, for the sake of practicing, we're going to pretend like this is 10 milligrams. This came out of your chapter 9 review, by the way, guys. It's the first 5 of your practical. So you haven't even really gotten into chapter 9, and we're already finishing some exercises for you here. All right, so number 1 is going to be J1650. All right, the next thing we have, number 2, is cast hand restoration. Now we're going to get into our index. What do you guys think that we need to look up? What would be our key term that we need to look up in our index?
Would it be
Cast,
cast?
right?
Right, cast. Very good. Okay, I have an important question to ask. If cast was not the right word, what do you do?
Using
Look up
hand.
the
Well,
Hand.
you would pick another word, right? I've been coding for a long time. I don't always pick the exact right medical term, and if that doesn't work, I just look again. So that's what I want to encourage you to do. Don't get frustrated, look again. But this is under cast, and it's on page 11 in your index. Because if we don't have enough information, we are just going to get the range.
You said page 11?
Page 11. We did find it under cast, and it says exactly that, cast restoration.
I see it.
And then we would just look under restoration for hand, right?
Well, it says
So,
cast and then it says hand restoration. So,
Oh,
and
we
then it
have three
gives us a
different
code
codes.
range. Abigail, can you give us the code range it gives us in our index?
Yes, ma'am. It's L6900-L6915.
Okay. Do you guys want to go look at those codes or do we want to keep moving? We're not going to be able to choose an exact code because we
You
don't
also
have
have
enough
L.
information. Huh?
You also have L6910.
When I see the codes, I see hand restoration no fingers, or hand restoration multiple fingers, or hand restoration thumb/1 finger.
I
Right.
think
Mhm.
I think you guys are under hand restoration versus cast.
It says
Okay, so we went to cast in our index on page 11, and then we look down to, and it says hand restoration. So it says L6900 through L6915. Now, why can't we go in and pick an exact code? Markira, why
because it
can't I?
doesn't give you an exact location.
Well, it doesn't give us enough information, but let's look at L6900. On page 377. Our section is hand restoration, and we have 6 codes to choose from. And let's just take a look at L6900 on 377. That says hand restoration, casts, shading, and measurements included, partial hand with glove, thumb, or 1 finger remaining. Can we actually use that code with what we have in our scenario on number 2?
I
We
think
don't,
we
No.
can.
we can't because there's not enough information. We need more information. Now, if you got a medical record that only says cast, hand restoration, can somebody tell me what we need to do if that's all that we have?
You need to find out which hand you need, like left or right hand.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Hannah, but who do we get the information from?
We'll get it from the
Physician.
record.
The physician.
The physician. If you don't have access to medical records, you're going to do what's called query the physician or ask the physician. So I want you to know that you're never going to have a medical record that just says that. You're always going to have more, but we're just practicing, right? Let's
Right.
move to number 3, hydraulic patient lift. And we're just going to go with what you feel like you need to do, which one, and then we'll talk about it. Let's see. Miss Brandy, pick someone to answer number 3. I can't see everybody.
I found it.
All right, Markira, just oh, what did I do? Wait a minute. There we go. Markira, you go ahead and give it to us since you found it. Tell us the page number and what the code is.
It's on page 23. It's E0630.
Mine's on page 24. So if anybody has, it may be 23 or 24. So E0630. Now, can we just use that code? Can we just say, oh, we know this is right? What do we need to do first?
We can go locate the code.
Right, because we always code 2 ways. Index then tabular, index then tabular. We always code 2 ways. I don't know if y'all get sick of hearing your instructor say that, but I'm sure my students get sick of hearing me say that. Did we code 2 ways?
Mine, are used to hearing me say always verify. We do not stop at the index.
0630.
It's better to make sure that the code's right than to just stop or work at one section.
Right. And you need to make sure that you have it to the highest level of specificity.
Specificity.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the higher the number of the code, the more money he makes, the more serious. So we always need to double check that. Okay, did anybody find E0630?
Yes.
Can we, it's on, what page is it on?
207.
Yeah, 207.
And I have page 213. So Sharkita, do you have it on page, do you have the code? Oh, I can't hear her. All right, that's okay.
I found the code on the on my phone.
Okay.
E0630.
Okay. Jocelyn, does it give you a description of the code?
It's a patient lift, hydraulic or mechanical, includes any seat, sling, strap or straps, or pad or pads, plural.
Very nice. That is do you guys agree that hydraulic patient lift is E0630?
Yes.
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 Very well done. Nice job, Jocelyn. Okay, I'm going to call her out. Jocelyn just started class on Monday, y'all.
Very good, Jocelyn.
Good job.
Amazing.
Wow.
Okay, number 4 is positioning seat. So, Miss Brandy, you call on somebody in your class to answer this one.
Somebody place it in the chat.
It's Shakita. That's my girl. She said she was trying to talk, but it's not working. T5001 is what she came up with.
T5001. Okay. All right, Shakita. All right, Miss Crystal, choose somebody from your class to check to verify.
Yeah, I can't see anyone, but I know, let me see, I can't see anybody.
That's my problem. I can't see, but y'all. I see Jocelyn and Misty and Crystal and Brandy. That's it.
Yeah, that's all I can see as well. Ashley, I know, for you, Ashley, can you do that one, please?
Can you verify it for us, Ashley?
I feel lost.
Okay.
This is one of those, it's not enough information. I don't think. Seats. Position with cushion.
Well, if I could get to the T's, I don't know.
So we're doing what, positioning seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shakita says there's a stop sign.
Okay. If I knew my alphabet, I'd be there already, but apparently I need to go back to kindergarten. Okay, and what are we looking for?
Positioning seats.
T5.
Okay, so
Ashley, do you have it?
yeah, positioning seat for persons with special orthopedic needs, supplies not otherwise specified on
What page?
416.
Okay.
416.
Okay, so that is not a stop sign. That's a circle with a line through it. And what that means is that this is not covered or valid by Medicare, which means if your patient has Medicare, they're not going to pay for this. The patient's going to have an ABN saying that they know that they have to pay for it. But that is a good catch. Way to watch those symbols. That's so important.
Good job, Shakita.
All right, so our last
Good
one.
job, Ashley, as well. That was the correct one.
Yes, Ashley, good job.
Yes.
Okay, so the last one is going to be speech assessment.
That'd be V5362.
Ryan, you fast. I haven't even got there yet. Good job, Ryan. Let's see. Speech.
That's the code I also seen. V5362.
Okay, so speech assessment. I have V5362 through V5364. Ryan, did you go check those out in the tabular before you made a decision?
V5362 is speech screening. Also has this what I don't know what that is. The do not, it's not covered by Medicare.
Okay.
But it says speech screening, Medicare statute 1862A7, and that's under speech, language, and pathology screening.
Very nice, and I have it on page 435.
I'm sorry, when you say check it out, how do we check it on the phone? Or that's something that you have to do when you get the book?
It's something you have to do when you get the book. Jocelyn, the way that the site works, it's going to bring you to the exact code. You don't have to check
Okay.
it. It's giving it to you there.
Okay.
So speech assessment, speech screening. Do we
But
think?
Josh, if she's on the website, it gives you those other two codes as well. If she scrolls down.
Okay. So do we think assessment and screening are the same thing?
No.
Let's find out. I'm going to Google it.
This train is so slow.
Okay, so it says screening and assessments are connected. But in our HCPCS, when we go to our tabular, it says screening. But in the index, what does it say? Assessment.
Okay.
So it's telling us that it's connecting those two. So the right answer is V53.62. These are pretty easy to look up, right, guys?
Yes.
Much easier than ICD-10.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
All right, so my last slide is just showing you guys a puzzle. You know, we've gone through the ICD-10. Miss Brandy, do not roll your eyes that I put a black 10 over the 9 and I didn't ask you to fix it. It's okay. But we see our ICD-10 puzzle piece here. Then here we have our HCPCS puzzle piece that attaches to the ICD-10. And then here's our CPT. It's all a puzzle, guys. And we just got to put them into place. So, any questions?
Other than me being lost, no.
Well, maybe that's because you don't have your book and you can't get the phone because you're on the phone. So you can watch it later and go through it. You will not be confused. You're gonna have it down pat.
Well, no, like from seeing the screens and stuff like that, it looks like so easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, did this seem easy?
Yes.
Yes.
It is easy, Misty. So y'all can breathe before we get to CPT. Not that CPT isn't going to be easy, but it has a lot of components. So this is what I want to say to you. Be patient with yourself and the process because you will get it. It just may take some time. So do we have any questions?
Any word on the book yet?
Yes.
Latrice, do you need your manuals or your textbooks?
Like the actual textbook.
The
manual, yeah.
Manuals? Okay. All right. We'll try to get Brandy, did we get with Miss Michelle? I can't remember whose name we got with her about.
Michelle
LeBlanc.
I had sent her just a general inquiry because I have new students from the last 2 sets of new starts that don't have their printed manuals yet. So I had sent an inquiry about everybody.
Okay, I would find that email and forward it to her again and say, please update. Because Latrice, I'm so very sorry. I know that it's frustrating not to have these manuals. If it were up to me and Miss Brandy and Miss Crystal, you would have them before you started. But it is not within our control. But we will definitely continue to check on it. And until then, we'll be giving you these easy little websites so that you can look it up and still kind of stay up to date with what you're doing.
How long does it take if you're a new student?
A line that even your father might whack. Jocelyn, I wish I could tell you, but sometimes it takes 7 days, sometimes it takes 2 weeks. It just depends. But hopefully it won't take that long. Latrice, I am hoping your manuals will be there this afternoon, but we're going to find out and we'll let you know.
Okay.
So did you guys learn something today? Did you enjoy Zoom?
Yes. I want to stay with the books. It took about 2 weeks for them to come in, something like that.
Yes, sometimes it takes 7 days, sometimes it takes 2, sometimes it just depends. So we're unsure about it, but we'll do everything we can to give you guys tools to use until we can get that done.
Miss Marsha.
Yes.
Would it help if do the new students have the that download you showed us for our phone through the Play Store?
Yeah, that was for ICD-10.
So, yeah, I've given them all the resources that we have available.
Yeah, and I just shared a website for HicksPicks, which is absolutely awesome. But again, I still want you to practice in your book when you get it, because I want you to know how to look it up if that's on your NCCT. So anyway, all right. Thank you guys so much. Brandy, how many do we have? 29. Y'all, that is so amazing. So amazing. Can you take a picture, Miss Brandy?
Yeah, I can. And I'm just going to put it out there that 17 of those 29 were mine.
Brandy Guillory. Y'all, I know a lot of Miss Brandy's secrets. We've known each other for years and years and years.
Yeah, if there was ever anybody that could spill the tea on me, it'd be Miss Marsha.
Yeah, we worked at a billing company together.
But with that being said, Miss Crystal's class is still better. Just saying.
No. I mean, all amazingly awesome, and
everybody's entitled to their opinion, Misty.
Listen, the students that are here that are
trying to get brownie points.
Marsha, I'm sure you remember Misty, right?
Huh?
I'm sure you remember Misty from the last time.
Yes, I do remember Misty. She's hard to forget. But Miss Marsha's class, I appreciate you being here. Miss Crystal's class, I appreciate you being here. Miss Brandy's class, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your time. There are other things you could be doing, but I'm glad that you decided to spend 39 minutes with us. It makes, guys, this means the world to us. This is our payoff as instructors, seeing these faces and the black boxes.
And remember, exam today. Your exam is today. You have until Sunday to complete your Chapter 8 CPT, Introduction to CPT. So don't forget, go over those PowerPoint slides, go over the Zoom classes that we've had. Your exam is today. Tomorrow is the first day of your HickPicks, Introduction, your Chapter 9.
Can I add
Marsha's class? Disregard that statement. It's not us. It's Miss Crystal.
I was going to say, oh my God, I don't think I've seen an exam.
Markira, no, we're on our schedules are a little bit the same, but we vary by a day or two sometimes.
Yeah, and for my class, the Chapter 8 exam has been open since yesterday. A lot of y'all have already done it and actually already resubmitted it. I don't know if the other instructors are having the same issue that our class is having with the forms saving correctly. in Google. But if y'all will, once you get done filling out that form, you can view your score. Just take a screenshot of that score and attach that to your assignment in Google, and that's all we need, really. That'll cover it. So.
Right, and remember, in my class, we're in the exam was posted in e-learning, in your Unitech e-learning. So make sure you go to e-learning in Unitech and do your exam.
Well, Miss Marcia's class, we're not having an exam on chapter 8. We're going to combine chapter 8 and 9. So if all of the other students want to say, ooh, we love Miss Marcia, y'all just let me hear it. Let me hear it. All right, guys.
Small exams or one big exam?
Huh?
2 small exams or 1 big exam? Which is better?
Well, it depends on how big you want your exam to be. There's not a whole lot to do in these 2 chapters. Listen, don't be raining on my parade. You just stay in your lane, sister.
All right.
All right, guys, have a wonderful Thursday afternoon. Be looking on your stream in Google Classroom for this recording. We will see you next week where Miss Brandy will be hosting a modifiers.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Y'all have a wonderful day.